If you're anything like me, then you surely have plenty of warm memories playing Minecraft. Throughout my time playing the game, I've noticed a lot of simple yet heartwarming, sometimes oddly specific moments that really stood out to me. Today, I wanted to share 10 of them with you. The simple joys of Minecraft. Hey everyone, it's Lovestar. Today I want you to grab a warm drink or a snack and sit down and chat with me, or even play Minecraft with me, while we literally just talk about some of the random wholesome moments of the game that I noticed while I was actually playing the game myself. I hope some of these resonate with you, or perhaps you've never even noticed them before, but regardless, I hope you enjoy. The first simple joy that I wanted to talk about is baby villagers. I absolutely love baby villagers because they are seriously one of the cutest mobs in the game. I know that a lot of players don't necessarily like villagers that much and may find them like annoying or something, but me personally, I really love the villagers of Minecraft, and more especially I love the baby ones because they're so cute. Not only just because they're so tiny compared to the adults, but I also love the mechanics that Mojang actually added to them. Like, they will literally run around with each other during their actual playtime, which is like a specific time of the day. They will start playing together, running around, playing tag, jumping on beds. I mean, it's just the cutest thing ever. And not to mention the iron golems literally give them flowers. It's so cute. I really wish I could have seen this in my actual playthrough, but I've actually never noticed the iron golems giving baby villagers flowers, but I guess I just kind of got unlucky. But I definitely know it exists, and there's even some really cute artworks depicting this moment, like this one by Mist476, who drew this super cute drawing, and the baby villager with its wide eyes just looking up at the iron golem is so sweet. To me, that just shows how precious the baby villagers are to the villagers and the iron golems of the game, and I think that's so cute. Whenever I see baby villagers in Minecraft, I get so happy. They just make me smile. Number 2 is accidental screenshots. Now, this is super specific, but I feel like every single PC player has experienced this, just because the F2 key is right next to the F3 key, and I will often accidentally click F2 instead of F3 when I'm like trying to check my coordinates or something. And throughout my years of playing, I've collected so many of just super random screenshots that I took by accident. But then when I look through my screenshots folder and I see those screenshots, I just kind of reminisce at that specific time that I captured by complete accident. It's almost like taking a candid photograph to me, but it's like in first person of just like a random moment throughout your daily Minecraft life, which I think is kind of awesome. Like, imagine if just randomly throughout the day we actually just took a photo of ourselves, like through our perspective, and just like saw whatever we were up to that day. I mean, even just a simple photo like that, I bet that if we would look back at them like 10 years from now, we would actually find them really nostalgic. And that's exactly how I feel about these random screenshots of Minecraft. So yeah, like, I honestly want to go through my screenshot folders and just compile all of them one day and make it into some sort of like little gallery or something, because I think it's just so oddly charming. But yeah, I seriously feel like this is something that we all do as PC players. Let me know if you've taken a lot of accidental screenshots, and were there any notable ones? Maybe you captured like an actual really cool moment by complete accident. Number 3 is finally coming home after a really long adventure. The world of Minecraft is really vast, and sometimes we have to travel long distances to find certain materials or resources. I often go on little adventures throughout my playthroughs and just kind of take in a lot of new landscapes and places that I've never seen before in my very familiar world. And when I leave my like familiar home area, you know, my base of operations, and go out there and explore, it feels like I'm exploring a whole new Minecraft world. Like, it doesn't even feel familiar to me anymore, which is so cool because it's like so breathtaking, honestly. I spend so much time taking in all the different landscapes and breathtaking views that I see, sticking out in tiny caves for the night when I have to find a place to sleep, or even just sleeping right out in the wilderness watching the sunset because I have nowhere else to sleep, or even, you know, like staying at a random village for the night. I love the whole phase of just adventuring in Minecraft because it's so special, and each different expedition feels so vastly different from each other. But then eventually you have to come home, and after a really long walk following my compass home, I'm greeted by my home base and all the builds that I've made, how familiar everything feels, and then coming through my front door, after that adventure, and just being able to see my pets again, have all my stuff there safe and sound, sleep in my actual bed. It's so comforting. It makes me feel like I just went on a really long road trip and I finally slept in my own bed after sleeping in hotels for like the past week. That is such a awesome feeling because it's so relieving to finally be home. And I definitely feel the same way when I'm coming home after adventuring in Minecraft. It's just such a rewarding experience, both the journey and just coming back to your house. I love how comforting it feels. It's truly so special. Number 4 is befriending an unlikely mob. So this is something that I'm sure a lot of us have done, and we all probably have an interesting story to share about. But for me, this actually happened quite recently because I was going on a little trip to find some sort of resource. I mean, I was literally going on an adventure and I was walking through a taiga biome and I found a fox and a little baby fox as well. So I wanted to try and take it home with me. Now, I wasn't actually that familiar with the taming mechanics of foxes because I know they're a little bit like different than regular tameable animals, but I know there is technically a way to like befriend them. So I was just spending a bunch of time like chasing them around with my berries, and then I put a lead on it and then I accidentally let go of the lead and it started to run away from me. It was like a whole thing. I was chasing after this fox, but I finally brought it home and then I put it in my little like clinic building because I thought it would be just kind of cute there. So yeah, I mean, I literally went on this whole like sidetrack trying to take this fox home, but eventually I did, and I thought it was super cute because I've never actually befriended a fox in Minecraft before. And now it makes me want to find an Arctic fox and befriend that one too because I think they're so pretty. But yeah, that was a very tame example, but I'm sure that some of you have actually tamed or befriended hostile mobs, like, you know, when you trap a creeper in your house in a little glass cage, which is something I've done on a multiplayer world. I've trapped a charged creeper in a glass cage, which was super fun. We name tagged it and everything. It was super dangerous. But then when they're like, you know, stuck in a little hut or something and they can't hurt you anymore, it's actually really cool to have a hostile mob as like your friend almost, because they can't hurt you anymore and they're just gonna be there in their little hole for the rest of the time. I don't know, like even though this is not like an intended game mechanic, it's still just super cool how you can actually do this with basically like any mob in the game. Well, maybe not the Ender Dragon, but any mob. It just shows that you can make friends with literally anyone in Minecraft, and I think that's super sweet. I even have a lot of memories of watching Minecraft YouTubers growing up, and I feel like all of them big ones had some sort of like untamable mob as their like little sidekick or friend or something. I could say like DanTDM's Treoris, what's his name? The villager that he was always with. We have like Bill the pig from Cloud9, if you guys know, from Ice Cup Quick and Red. And I'm sure there's so many other examples. I feel like this is just a common thing that was really popular like in the 2010s era of Minecraft Let's Plays. Like every big YouTuber had some sort of like mob as their friend. Speaking of mobs, number 5 is finding a secret mob rave. So let me explain. When it's daytime, mobs tend to gather in the only dark areas of the overworld. And if they're not hiding out in the caves, they're usually spawning where? In the shadows of those really big overhangs and cliffs that you see sometimes in your world terrain. Sometimes there'll just be like a really random spot where it's like super dark under there, and you will always see so many mobs crowd in there because that's like the only place that they can actually spawn in. And it's honestly so cool whenever I come across those little like overhangs with a bunch of mobs, because it makes me feel like they're at like a party or something. There's just so many there. So I always imagine that they're like raving there. It reminds me of that one like goth rave meme that was really popular. This one, it's funny to me because it makes me think like, oh, so this is where you guys hang out during the day, like when you're not spawning at night. This is where you guys all like gather around and just have fun. It's super cool. I love them. Number 6 is unwinding and fishing in the rain. Whenever it rains in Minecraft, I really like to go fishing. And I know that nowadays you can just make like an automatic fishing farm or whatever, but I don't really like doing that. I like to go fishing the good old-fashioned way, if you will. So whenever it's raining, I like to go and grab my fishing rod and just fish at my little lake right next to my house. And I'll even take my cat with me most of the time, or just some sort of pet with me so they can relax with me. And I love this time because it's like a very dedicated time. Like you only can do this until it stops raining. Of course, well, you can continue, but like in this example, I like to fish because I get the like rain buff or whatever it's called. So it's like a very specific amount of time that you get to just relax and fish, which is so relaxing. I just think Minecraft fishing is super, super relaxing. And I usually like to watch like a video in the background while I do this and just listen to the rain, hear my little cat meowing next to me. It's just so like nice. It's super, super relaxing to me. I just start to like stare off into the water and just completely zone out. I'm pretty sure that when I take my cat with me, they will probably find it really entertaining considering I'm catching fish. So hey, it's a win-win. Number 7 is the complications of brewing potions. Brewing potions is one of those systems in Minecraft that is surprisingly convoluted and hard to learn. And even after all these years of me playing Minecraft since like 2012, I still barely remember any of the potion recipes, and I find it really funny that we still don't have like a recipe book for them in game, which is so weird. But what I will say is that I really enjoy the unknown of brewing potions, because whenever I have to brew potions, like let's say I'm gearing up for an end fight, I'm gonna be brewing like, you know, speed potions and healing potions, strength potions, regeneration. So I have a lot of things to make. So since I never remember the recipes, I gotta go look through the Minecraft wiki, which means that I'm literally like researching there, like looking through my little archives, and it makes me feel like I'm a wizard or something, or like a witch brewing potions, and I'm like flipping through my recipe books, the Minecraft wiki. I'm like an alchemist. It makes me like get into the like headspace of the role play of making potions. So then I learn the recipe, I start gathering my ingredients, you know, I fill my bottles with water, and then I make them into augured potions, and then I throw the ingredients in there. Oh, let's make it into a splash potion. Oh, let's increase the duration and the effectiveness of it. And it's just like, it's so fun. I don't know why. It's just like all the little bits and bobs that you have to do while you're brewing potions. I find it so like enjoyable and stimulating because it's such a like complicated system. At least to Minecraft standards, you know, it's probably the most intricate like crafting system that we have because it requires like multiple steps. It is definitely a very tedious and even slow process, just kind of waiting for the potions to brew, but I really enjoy it regardless. It's honestly just so immersive because like there's so many different steps to the whole process, like just the resource gathering and the crafting your bottles and the different ingredients you need, and then just kind of like throwing everything together like it's a cauldron or something and you're making like an actual, well, yeah, you're literally brewing potions. It's just so cool. I honestly wish we had a cooking system like this in Minecraft because I would love that so much. Like if we could make like specific stews or something with different ingredients, or even just like basic cooking recipes with kind of like a multiple step process, I think that'd be so cool. Now, speaking of cooking, number 8 is cooking unusual foods. On the topic of cooking, it still exists in the game, although it's a little bit more primitive than potion making. I feel like at certain points of the game, players will just opt to using like golden carrots or steak for their main primary food source, and they won't really explore with other options. Now, I know this is obviously because steak and golden carrots are literally like the best of the best foods, but there's just so many other options, so why ignore them, right? This is something I really enjoy just because it's a little bit more personally fun for me, but I really, really love to just spend time cooking all the different types of food that we have in Minecraft. I really, really love making pumpkin pie because it requires like 3 very different ingredients. You have to farm pumpkins, you have to gather eggs, you have to make sugar, and then you combine it all together and you make a little pumpkin pie, and it's not even half bad for a food source. And I just think it's super fun. It makes me feel like I'm actually almost cooking in the game, even though it's literally just a simple crafting recipe. But I will always like try to make all the different types of food. I'll start cooking my fish that I caught during fishing. I'll try to like eat chicken or pork maybe, or like mutton, or maybe a stew, or bread, or just anything else. Sometimes I'll even make cakes and cookies. And yes, I will munch down on a whole stack of cookies, even though it's super slow and not like fulfilling at all. I still love just munching on cookies in Minecraft because I think it's cute. Seriously, I love the whole concept of eating and cooking all the different Minecraft foods because they exist for a reason, so why not just eat them, right? Especially making cakes. I love making cakes in Minecraft. I have a whole collection right now of uneaten cakes, and sometimes I'll just take them with me on little adventures. And then when my food bar drops, I'll just plop down my cake and eat it. I just think it's so fun. I don't know, like I really wish we had a more advanced cooking system in the game, or at least like more food options that we can actually craft, you know, like pumpkin pie or cakes, because I think it's so freaking fun to cook in Minecraft. I always like to play with mods like Farmer's Delight and other similar ones because it expands upon the whole farming and cooking system of the game. But even when I'm just playing on vanilla, I still will try to kind of emulate that whole experience just with the vanilla food options because I just really enjoy it. Even though it's like less convenient, just having different foods that you're eating throughout your playthrough really offers a lot of variety and just kind of breaks up the habitual experience of eating the same thing all the time, which is a very minor detail, but I still appreciate it. Number 9 is digging up a trail ruin. These are some of the newest features in the game and I absolutely love it. Whenever I'm digging up a trail ruin, it literally makes me feel like I'm a kid in a sandbox and I'm digging up like little treasures, which is so much fun. The whole process of excavating these really cool structures is so rewarding to me because not only do you get to dig up a bunch of dirt and stone, which personally I think is a fun activity just because it's so like repetitive and like you kind of just zone out and you can just mine. I don't know, I like it. I think it's fun, right? It's kind of like the same primitive enjoyment you kind of get from like strip mining because it's literally just like a repetitive activity that you do in the background and you can just like zone off or do whatever. But with trail ruins, it's like even more fun because you have to dig around the actual structure and then over time you can check for the suspicious gravel or sand or whatever, and then you can brush it and sometimes you'll find something really good and it's like it's so much fun. I love how it feels to dig up the sand and the gravel and then like find little artifacts. I honestly save every single artifact that I find because I actually like to put them all into my museum that I have for archaeology and display them in like creative little ways. Like, oh, this is like, you know, maybe a pot that was made for cooking ingredients, or the sign was to like I don't even know, like I just make up little stories in my head. But yeah, I love the whole process, just like carefully carving out the trail ruin and then organizing all the little artifacts I find, and then like you get a bunch of materials from the whole project in general, and I love it. It's just so fun. It's a very like tactile experience. It truly does feel like you're in a sandbox, like playing and digging up like treasures. That's literally how I feel when I do it. And then at the end, if you actually dig up the whole thing, you get to see what you dig up, which is like the whole trail ruin. It's so cool. I have this like part of my world. I actually dug up an entire trail ruin before and like carved it all out, and it looks so cool, and I definitely want to do one again. So I found another one and I'm going to actually repeat the project because I think it's so cool. So yeah, I seriously love archaeology in Minecraft. I think it's such a fun system and it's it like activates a part of my brain that I just absolutely love. I can't even explain it. And finally, number 10 is listening to your music discs while working on a project. There is no better feeling than having an expansive music disc collection in Minecraft, especially because music discs are pretty hard to come by. You can only find them in very certain ways, like finding them in loot, or digging up a trail ruin, or having a skeleton kill a creeper. So they're very rare by nature, and when you actually collect a lot of them, you have like a whole music library built into the game, which is so fun. But usually when I play Minecraft, I'm most likely listening to my own music or watching a video in the background, typically other Minecraft gameplay, because I love watching Let's Plays. But sometimes I'll actually pause the video and just listen to the actual music discs in-game, which I find it to be a very nice change of pace for me because it really engages me and immerses me into the environment of Minecraft. It really helps me feel more accompanied and less alone, just having actual music play in the game that I'm actually putting on. It's a very immersive game mechanic because you actually have to find the music discs and then you can store them in like a little chest, and then you can pick one out, put it in your jukebox, and then you have to like grab your jukebox and put it where your project is, and then you can just hear the song play, and then you can swap it out for a different one when you're done. And it makes me feel like I'm actually playing something on like a vinyl player or something. It's so different than just like, you know, turning on a streaming service like Spotify and then just like, you know, shuffling through your music there. It's a very curated and limited experience because you only have so many discs. But I really enjoy it. It's such a fun activity, and I really love just how warm it makes me feel, especially considering nowadays, like, the C418 music discs are so nostalgic, and even the new ones are super fun and really, really cool to listen to because they're a little bit more like new and they're so like different sounding than the older ones, and I really love them. Despite how amazing the new music discs are, I can't deny that C418's music discs are super, super nostalgic to me. And they truly remind me just how much I love this game, just how wonderful it makes me feel. Whenever I'm playing Minecraft, I just get put into a whole different world, quite literally. It makes me feel so at peace, and I truly can't put into words just how much I love it. And I'm sure you can tell just how happy this game makes me, so that's why I wanted to make this video, to just share with you these simple joys, these simple moments that I really, really appreciate. There are so many of these in Minecraft. I can probably think of 100 more, honestly. But what's really valuable to me when I'm playing, especially when I'm just playing in my single player world by myself, I think it's so important to slow down and appreciate the game for all its little details, all its little moments that you get to experience, even the most mundane ones. Take it all in because it's memories. You're living through these memories, and one day you'll look back at them so fondly, just as you do of, you know, Minecraft from maybe 5-10 years ago. I really just think this game is so special because of how personal it feels to every single one of us, and how many special moments it creates for all of us on a daily basis. So be sure to look out for your own little simple joys and moments in Minecraft, and leave a comment and tell me if you have any of your own to share because I would love to hear them. So please let me know if you have any ones that you would like to share. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed our little Minecraft chat today. Let me know if you'd like to see more of these videos in the future by leaving a like or a comment of what you'd like to see next, and I do hope you enjoyed. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you all next time. Bye!